this afternoon. But for now, it's Sunday Night Football. And on the call, as always, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Baltimore Ravens. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They come in 0-3 and in desperate need of a win.
And as a team, you start to feel a little bit snake bit. They need something good to happen right now so they know it's not just them. They think they have the makings of a good team.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Ravens, they come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. Here comes Ryan Switzer to return it. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. They're led onto the field by a man who needs no introduction, Ben Roethlisberger.
And it's funny how we always talk about how analytics are starting to creep into the game. One analytic that's been there for a long time, teams that start 0-3 usually don't make the playoffs. So we know one quarterback today that's determined to end that slide right now. It's not impossible, but this is a must-win for him and his team.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. And the reception made by Dante Moncrief. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On first down, it's Roethlisberger. Open man is Switzer, complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? They go play action here on first down. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to float this one deep. This is caught inside the 15. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son. And then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. They give it to him running left. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive, and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Vance McDonald, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. You'd have to imagine for a team that's lost 3 straight games, scoring first in this first quarter has to feel pretty good.
It has to feel great for them, and also it's a nice signal to the rest of the team, because we talk about complementary football all the time. So they've now signaled to the defense, now signaled to the kicking game, hey, we're here to play in this one. We're going to do our part. Let's see if you guys will do the exact same, and we can break this losing streak.
So here come the Ravens now, ready to get the football for the first time. As we get a look at a guy who grew up in Florida, played his college ball, of course, in Louisville. It's the electric Lamar Jackson.
After what we saw last week, over 400 yards passing, the obvious thing is to go talk to him. I want to talk to his receivers, and boy, were they enthusiastic about what happened then, and they can't wait for this week's game.
He was hitting them outside, over the middle, everywhere, and for his efforts, of course, AFC Offensive Player of the Week. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Javon Hargrave coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. Now Jackson on 2nd down, eluding the pressure right. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. Pretty lucky to get the football back. Had his target out there waving the arms, saying I'm open, but maybe didn't see him quick enough.
And I know the jokes are always about defensive backs' hands. What really actually happens, you don't get many opportunities. You get over anxious and you start to think about taking it away and going the other way instead of focusing and catching the ball.
Jackson buying time to his left. Now he'll go deep down the middle. He's got a man, complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Over the middle here to Brown. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Again, Jackson. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. His first catch, good for 14 there and a 1st down. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Forced out to his left. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 23 yards on the play. Jackson throwing once more. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Willie Snead, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Personally, for him, a great opening drive. He had 3 catches, including the touchdown.
That felt like tremendous scouting, great film watching, and creating a game plan to start this off. Not only to get him involved, but to send a message to the defense. You can have a lot to handle in this one.
Tucker with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Switzer now to return. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive, that culminating touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
It appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do in that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Set! Blue 30!
They go play action with Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains, and really it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Roethlisberger will hand a counter. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
We all have habits. It can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. Brandon Carr on the coverage there. So possession 1 ended in 6. Possession 2 likely going to end in a punt.
Yeah, that's okay. They've just got to get back to what they worked on in the opening drive and continue to make a few adjustments along the way. It won't be exact because the defense will make a few adjustments themselves. Just get back to your game plan.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram, gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
A touchdown apiece here in this first quarter of play. It's a tight game here early. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
2nd quarter now. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. On 2nd down, here's Jackson. Over the middle, complete. That's Andrews. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
And that's exactly why the Ravens drafted him, added him to their stable after drafting Hayden Hurst in the 1st round. A second tight end who can catch the football. He looks like a guy who's going to line up on the line of scrimmage and mash you in the running game as a blocker. But his best attributes, splitting out, catching the football almost as an extra wide receiver.
It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long. Here's Jackson. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the play.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Watch it now, Barney.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Leopard! Leopard! No. Check. Patriot! Patriot!
On 2nd down, Ingram shifts by him. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a handoff to Ingram. And room there to work it inside the 25. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Mark Ingram really coming into form in the NFL. First 5 years in the league, didn't have a 1,000-yard season, but he's done it the past 2 years.
Yeah, and I think a couple of reasons for that. Number one, offensive line has been rebuilt, and they put a lot of resources into that, and they've gotten better. Number two, he's had great running mates back there. Tim Hightower 2 seasons ago. Then last year, of course, the sensational Alvin Kamara. And last but not least, the defense is playing so much better in New Orleans, they don't have to throw the ball as much on offense. He can run the ball even more.
And with the play clock getting closer to 0, John Harbaugh is going to call a timeout. He'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
No. Check. Patriot! Patriot! Leopard! 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 Leopard!
Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. Ajayi, 1st down and more. And down to the 7-yard line. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
No. Check. Patriot!
Partner, if you want
Patriot!
more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
Leopard! Leopard! Watch it now, Barney!
They'll look to run with Ingram. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens are in for 6. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So that drive goes a full 80 yards in 10 plays. And it's Mark Ingram who caps it off with a touchdown run. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Getting set to go again, Ben Roethlisberger marches onto the field. Been a decent start for him here in this 1st half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to get 7 yards on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
He'll get this one to Switzer. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Here's Roethlisberger. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. And he will find his man on the outside. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Encroachment, defense.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Ben to throw again. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And taking it to the 5th game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. Roethlisberger coming up with a 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Vance McDonald with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am going ahead and tapping out the first half.
Well,
there's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, where they want to let their return guy touch it.
This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And the Ravens taking the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Escaping the pressure right. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. The Ravens moving quickly here as the clock runs. On 2nd down, Jackson. And he He's got his man on the out route. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. From midfield now, here's Jackson. He's going to float this one deep right side. It's caught at the 10. Inside Pittsburgh's 10. A big play there just before halftime. 41 yards. To throw is Jackson. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on second down. Another shot from the 9 on second and goal. To throw again is Jackson. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Not time enough for a play and then a timeout, you wouldn't think. So with 4 seconds left, they're going for it. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And almost intercepted. Would have been a huge pick in the end zone, but as it stands, that brings up 4th. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start our tour out in the city of Angels, Los Angeles. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Jared Goff, 3 touchdown passes as his guys stay unbeaten on the year. From there, we make the trip east as we head all the way to Jacksonville to check on the Jags. And they were losers in their ball game as they were outplayed by the visiting New York Jets. Sam Darnold, a touchdown pass in the victory. And finally, Monday Night Football has a good one in Denver. Chiefs, Broncos in the AFC West on the first night of October. In the game you're watching, we've seen a strong first half out of Lamar Jackson. His guys lead, though by only a field goal. Still anybody's game.